Do I want to go analog? Or maybe a better question would be, how analog do I want to go? I like writing in a journal. I don't have any experience with like audio tapes beyond like cassette tapes. Go with journal or notebook. Those are always trusty. Limits and demonstrations. Is that a hairpin in the center? Act 1, Scene 1. Equus oils. Oh, okay. Let's look at the dog. An old hound and a straw hat both have seen better days. Does the dog have a name? A moving truck rumbles softly to itself. Painted on its side are the words Lizette's Antiques, Furniture, Glassware, Curiosities. Okay. Can walk around. I like how the pointer is a little horseshoe. An interstate highway 65 running from Alabama up to just shy of Chicago. It ought to be quitting time in this part of Kentucky, but the daylight just won't shake. The sun just won't go away. Sometimes I kind of wish that, though. Especially during the summer, I never want the sun to go away. Anything over here? Except maybe like late night. But during the summer I do like when the sun stays out until like 9-10. Joseph sits between gas pumps in a Queen Anne armchair. His hair is gray and his glasses darkened. Damn, did you hear that wreck? Truck full of bottles. I don't know, beer bottles? Whiskey? Lost a tire or something and spilled booze and glass all over the interstate. What a mess. I hope they don't come down here looking for anything. We blew a damn fuse and it's all shut off. Did I hear a dog? What's your dog's name? Her name is Blue. Blue sounds like a sweet old hound. I used to know a dog like that. Hey, here's some jerky for Blue. I made it myself. Didn't turn out too well, but I bet a dog will eat it. Getting late, right? I can feel the sun on my neck. I bet it's just a few feet off the horizon. I've been driving all evening looking for 5 Dogwood Drive. Hey, I understand. You've got to do the job you're paid to do. Maybe get some rest somewhere in there. Maybe have a drink, then back at it. There's dignity in that rhythm. What's your rhythm like? Oh, I just like to listen to the TV. I used to do a lot of poetry on the computer, but I don't have the ear for it lately. What does that mean? Like write poetry on the computer? If you're writing it on the computer, how do you have an ear for it unless you're like reciting it out loud to yourself? Maybe I'm reading too much into that. Listen, you and Blue would have been driving up and down the 65 all night. Dogwood Drive is on the other side of... Well, to get there you've got to take the 0. The 0 is a tough route to find, but you can use my computer to look up directions. You'll have to head down into the basement and reset the circuit breaker first. I'll be happy to have those whining lights back up anyway. It's too damn quiet around here. The basement door is back there in the office. Appreciate your help, friend. Oh, and here, take this lamp. It gets dark. Just head back into the office and you can't miss the stairs. The breaker box will be somewhere on the right side of the room down there. Why can't you fix the lights yourself? Well, it's true. I know that basement pretty well. The last time I got to repair work down there, I crossed the wrong wire and took out half the traffic lights in Elizabethtown. Yikes. It's the damn electric company, Consolidated. They plug everything together on one big grid. Too many eggs in the damn basket. So now I'm a little circuit shy is all. Anyhow, I appreciate your help. To the right? What does this sign say? I think there's someone over there. A dusty, rusty sign is bolted onto the wall. These are the rules. 1. No open flames near the gasoline. 2. No consumption of beer or spirits on the premises. 3. In case of sudden darkness, do not panic. Relax. Count backwards from 5. 4. Strictly limit time spent in the basement to fewer than 3 minutes every hour. 3 minutes? What's down here? Holy. Emily, Ben, and Bob sit in folding chairs behind a worn card table. Papers, oddly shaped dice, and highway maps cover the tabletop. Conway clears his throat. Oh, sorry. Didn't know there was anyone down here. Emily to Bob. Did you hear something? To Emily, no. Sorry, I was looking at the rules again. It gets easier as you go. Look, you said you rolled a 5, right? That means you get to pick up your marker and move it anywhere on the map. So it's your turn now, right? Oh, yeah, I guess so. Where did you put that 20-sided die? I don't see it. Did you drop it? It should be easy enough to find. It glows in the dark. Guess they're not going to be helpful. Conway clears his throat but gets no response from the people at the table. Did you lose something? I think it rolled down off to the left there, but I don't see it. Well, I'm not going to go looking for it. It's too dark down there. One of you go down and get it. I'll just study the rules here. Guess I can't get past them to the circuit breaker. I hope I wasn't down there longer than 3 minutes. I probably was, though. Let's talk to Joseph again. There's some people in your basement playing some kind of game. In the basement, No, I don't think so. Maybe that lamplight is playing tricks on you. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. Can't walk past them. Conway taps his foot but gets no response from the people at the table. If I can hit that breaker box, I can get the lights back on. I think you're right about the instant crisis rolls. There's a whole separate table of them in the back. I don't like that rule anyway. It's not fun. It's just random and frustrating. The randomness is what makes it realistic, Bob. I don't think they can see me. Can I do anything else over here? No? You seem pretty focused on that game. I still don't understand how you win. Roll the 20-sided die once for each player and refer to Appendix C, Table of Psychogeographical Anxiety, address correlations. Locate the resulting street addresses on the map and move each player marker to the appropriate location. That doesn't help. I don't think you can win. It says on the box it's a tragedy. Conway crosses his arms. You're not going to let me by, are you? Okay, so just to get started we need that 20-sided die. Yeah, that gets us on the road. Well, hopefully. If you roll a 1, you drive into a ditch. If you roll a 2 or a 9 or a 12, you have to write down a new anxiety and roll again. If you roll a 5, you get to move your piece anywhere on the map you want. Bob, go get that die. It's too dark down there. Well, that should make it easy. The damn thing glows in the dark. I've got a lantern. Where did it go? I can get it. It's fine. I already looked at this. Do I just keep talking to him, I guess? Conway knocks on the table but gets no response from the people at the table. If you could just move your chairs a bit, I can scoot right by. Emily, Ben, and Bob argue about the rules of their game and who should be responsible for retrieving their lost game piece, a glow-in-the-dark 20-sided die. I mean, I don't see any 20-sided die anywhere, or else I would get it for them. Oh. I'm silly. Conway picks up the glowing 20-sided die and inspects it. The number 5 is facing up. It's just a small piece of plastic, but it has a reassuring, almost comforting weight. He places the object in his jacket pocket. Oh, they're gone. What? After all that work, folding chairs are arranged around a worn card table. The chairs are empty and the surface of the table is bare. Conway places the 20-sided die on the table. There we go. Oh, wow. Looks nice. There it is. Just listen to those lights whine. Yep. Oh, whoa. Look at the way the zero is. It's kind of trippy. Well, I'd better get those directions and head to the zero, if you don't mind. So, computer's in the office. You're looking for Marquez. She knows her way around those roads. She'll get you to the zero. Password is, damn, I usually just feel it out. Muscle memory, you know? It's kind of long, kind of like a short poem, I think. One of those short poems that really sums it all up. You'll figure it out. Sir, that's the least helpful password poem or password hint I've ever heard in my life. Conway taps a key, waking the computer from its reverie. User. Typing Conway. Typing Joseph. Password. The stars drop away. The moon throbs. The lights whine. I mean, I don't know if I had chosen any one of those, would it have worked? Does that affect anything in the story, I wonder? Password accepted. How's it going in there? Figuring it all out? Sure you are. I'll look for... As much as I want to play games, I'm going to look at the address book. We're looking for Marquez. Marquez residence, 100 Macondo Lane. Head northeast on 65 and turn left as soon as you see that ugly tree that's always on fire. Look for the barn at the base of the mountain there. Can't miss it. Got it? Out there on Macondo somewhere, right? Yeah, that's it. Hey, look. While you were down there, I loaded that old TV of mine into your truck. I borrowed that thing from Weaver Marquez a number of years ago, and now the power is all weird over here. And now that the power is all weird over here, I can't pick up anything but static and public access anyway. She was always more of a reader, but maybe she'd want it back at home. It's a nice TV. Okay. Sun's gone down. You and Blue better get on that road if you're going to make your delivery. Conway scratches behind Blue's right ear. How's it going, Blue? What do you think of this place? Oh. How about a treat, Blue? Here's some drinking from the gas station attendant. Oh, I bet a dog will eat it. He's a bit odd, isn't he? Nah, he's alright. What do you think of this place? It's odd, I never noticed it driving by. I was kind of just answering my own questions there. Conway gets back in the truck. Okay. Looks like we can choose where to go. This is where we are. This is 65. Head northeast on the 65 and turn left as soon as you see that ugly tree that's always on fire. So northeast. Where's the tree that's always on fire? Oh, is this it? Tall black oak burns on a hill above the road. We're on Mammoth Cave. I thought it was on Macondo. This is Mammoth Cave. I mean, we made it, I guess. Act 1, Scene 2. Marquez Farmhouse. Street lamp lights the base of a dusty path leading up the hill. So I guess we just head up the path here. The farmhouse is up the hill a bit. Keep an eye on the truck, all right? Got this, Blue. Why am I just leaving the truck idle? Just wasting all that gas. Oh, graveyard. Family graveyard is set off to the side of the house. Headstones are inscribed with the surnames of the unfortunate. Nowakowski, Padilla, Marquez. I just walked in the house. I was just thinking what a lovely house we have. Do you like it? Have you been here before? Did you happen to see an owl? It's a lot of questions in one go. No, I've never been here before. I know. It must seem very strange to you. I was here when this house was built, so it's never been strange to me. There used to be another house here, but we had it destroyed, and we built this one. It was very expensive, and we got quite underwater. What do you do for work? Is it too difficult, or do you like it very much? I was once a mathematician. Are you looking for something in particular here? Looking for the zero. Oh, you're lost. And that blind old man sent you, is that right? Of course he did. He's nice. Did he say anything nice about me? Did he send along a gift? Oh, was Joseph blind? He asked me to return this TV set of yours. Will you please set it up? Then I can explain to you how to get where you're going. The zero. I know. Okay. Set up the TV. That's not how it's supposed to look. You've made a mistake setting it up. Is it a foreign object to you? Which of your parents was it who wouldn't allow you to watch television? I know how to set up a TV. Okay, I'm skeptical. You have it all backwards. I'm not surprised, are you? Have you been paying attention? I don't think you have. It's time to start paying attention now, Conway. Look closely at the television. Did I tell her my name? I don't think I did. This is very surreal. We're just rolling with it. Cool. Some horsies. A barn that doesn't look quite finished. Hey, wake up. You spaced out for a minute there. What do you keep out in that barn? Used to be tools and feed, then books. Now I think it's mostly spiders. That TV is picking up the wrong signal. My cousin Shannon would know more about it. She fixes TVs for a living. Well, she used to. I think the new models are giving her some trouble. Your cousin? That's my father's brother's daughter, Shannon. We're about the same age. Well, we used to be. She's older now. She has a workshop up north ways by the lake, right where Peonia and Wax Road. Peonia? Peonia. Like peony, the flower, but Peonia? And Wax Road meet. It's a big bait and tackle shop, and she fixes TVs in the back. Do you like fishing? Honestly, I'm not convinced you should bother with the Zero. I'd much rather you find my cousin and fix my TV, but I'll get you headed the right direction, or the right way. So it's pretty easy. Get back on the 65 heading north, then take the first right after the artificial limb factory. From there, your arrival at the Zero is basically inevitable. Nice to know you, Conway. Keep your eyes open, especially in the dark. Well, she's gone. The car's gone. Was I, like, spaced out for that long, or what? Blue's such a good girl. There's some horses out behind the house. I'm just with the strangest lady. She kind of creeped me out, Blue. Just had a weird energy. It's a nice song. I liked that. Conway has places to go. Okay, we have directions to the 0. Still haven't found 5 Dogwood Drive, but that's because it's on the 0. 0 on-ramp, Shannon's workshop. Let's go to Shannon's workshop first, I guess. And we can get to the 0. So from the Marquez farm up northways by the lake, right where Peonia and Wax Road meet. It's a big bait and tackle shop, and she fixes TVs in the back. Up northways by the lake. I mean, which way is technically north? Because these are both north. I'm assuming this is the lake right here. Peonia and Wax Road meet. So we just gotta find those roads somewhere. Try here first. Museum. Oh, is this the lake? Just kind of wandering around till I find Wax Road or Peonia. Oh, right here. This is the bait shop. Yep. Conway pulls into the bait shop parking lot. Vaulted above the road on a thin steel bar, a handwritten sign says, "Life bait, minnows small and also large for stripers, night crawlers, chips, and beer." A green flyer hangs loosely from a bit of masking tape at eye level. To the shop's right, a dirt parking lot sprawls unevenly into grass and then eventually trees. The bait shop is open. Conway reads the flyer. Computer-printed type in a bold font surrounds a clip art illustration of a TV set. The TV has eyes, arms, and legs. Its shoulders are slouched. On the screen is a cartoon expression of exhausted nausea. A hot water bottle rests against its wire antenna. TV repair, no model too old. Inquire within. We do not sell digital converter boxes. Conway enters the bait shop. Narrow aisles crowded with lures, reels, rods, and snacks divide the shop lengthwise from the entrance to the cashier's counter. The left wall is lined with churning tanks of water. Conway approaches the tanks. The 3 middle tanks aren't labeled, and the water is too agitated to get a clear view of what's inside each one. The contents of the first tank are vaguely gray. The second is a muddy pink. The third is clear, but shiny silver flecks occasionally flash along its surface. Reach into the tanks? I don't want to reach into any of these tanks. but also why not? Conway's hand brushes against something roughly the size of his palm. Conway reaches deeper into the tank. Conway's hand comes into contact with a scaly, uneven surface. As he runs his fingers along the bottom, a bead of sweat bridges the inches from his temple to the water's surface. Something bites at his forearm. He recoils. Conway reaches into the second tank. Conway's fingers slip through something fleshy but inert. The sensation is nauseating. Conway reaches deeper into the tank. As his elbow passes into the pinkish mass, he realizes he's about to be sick from the smell and pulls away. Conway reaches into the third tank. The water seems to tremble with life. Conway can't tell if his hand is being nibbled by fish or massaged by the artificial current. As his eyes near the surface of the water, he can see something colorful glowing faintly at the bottom of the tank. Is it the 20-sided die? Conway reaches deeper into the tank. A tremor spreads from his elbow out to his fingertips and up to the base of his shoulder. His vision flickers. The water is running warm under his skin now, and he has the sensation that something is about to snap. His eyes close. He lays on a rooftop, new shingles rough beneath his back, swelling in the noon sun. He is exhausted. It must have started before dawn. His legs are sore from holding stable on the uneven surface, his wrists from breaking old sealant, his fingers from carefully lifting shingles to hammer down new ones. His boss, Ira, yells from the idling truck below. He shades his eyes with his hand. A beer would be good. It's barely past noon, but he's worked a full day already. What could the harm be? Maybe a shot at the counter, just to get his eyes open. Then a beer. He could offer to drive into town for lunch and stop at the place on Cumberland. The cashier pushes Conway roughly on the shoulder. He's been talking, yelling maybe, but it's all an echo now. Hello, PW. Good evening. How are you doing today? How's your Wednesday been? Conway looks up, his neck stiff with pain, his right palm still tingling. The cashier points to the tank, then above it to a few holes torn in the wall, nail holes from which an electric sign has come dislodged and fallen into the water. Oh. He helps Conway to his feet, looks at him pitifully, and returns to the cash register. Did we just electrocute ourselves? Whoopsies. Okay. So we're back where we were before. We're going to approach the counter now. A wiry cashier stands behind the register, preoccupied with a Sudoku puzzle. Good. How's Route Zero going? It's going good. We're Act 1, Scene 2. It's very weird and surreal, and I am enjoying the vibes, but I don't really know what everything is about yet, so it's a big mystery, but it's really cool. Conway asks about Shannon Marquez's workshop. A handwritten sign on the door behind the counter reads, "TV repairs by appointment, please. Consult with cashier." The cashier knocks a few times on the door and waits, occasionally glancing at his puzzle. After a few moments with no answer, he notices a smaller note written on the sign, reads it, and then points it out to Conway. What is this basketball game? Why are we wanting to ask about it? Conway reads the note on the workshop door. Weaver, I got your message. Have left for the old mine. I don't know if I will see you there or what. Ready either way. Shannon. I guess now we can ask about the basketball game. The Cashier switches on the radio. An AM sports broadcast is playing, but Conway can't be sure if it's meant to answer or drown out his questions. Okay. Walk away. And I guess we can leave now. Vaulted above the road. Oh, we saw this already. So we can't drop the TV off because, what's their name? Not Shannon, we just visited Shannon. Shannon's cousin. I already forgot her name. But she's at the mine. So I guess we're gonna go find a mine. To the shop's right, a dirt parking lot sprawls unevenly into grass and then eventually trees. The bait shop is open. I'll just drive away because there's nothing else here. Have to find a mine somewhere, I guess. Oh wait, I guess it is Shannon's workshop. Oh, the other person was Weaver. That's right. Yeah. I guess we can go find the zero on-ramp. Get back on the 65 heading north and take the first right after the artificial limb factory. Excuse me. Guitar player. Is this the artificial limb factory? Yeah. A creek runs alongside the highway and then turns toward a dirty brick building. A grinding drone from within the building is faintly audible from the interstate. Floodlights on the lawn illuminate smokestacks. At the edge of the building's parking lot, a large sign, partly obscured by trees, reads, Artificial Limb Factory. So after we find the limb factory, it's a direct right. Yeah, okay. So this first right. And then here, I guess. Oh, here. Oh, Act 1, Scene 3. Elkhorn Valley. I'm loving the design of this game. It's really cool. I mean, like, the atmosphere and the graphics are really nice, but I like the type and the way the interface elements are set out. Just noting those things as, like, a designer myself. It's really nice and, like, unique, but still, you know what things do and what they mean. It's not too abstract. Let's talk to Blue again. How's it going, Blue? Hey, you got something on your hat. Been digging in Lizette's flowers again? She just can't keep you out of there, can she? the mine? The mine where, oh, that was a short scene. We're already on scene 4. The mine where Shannon and Weaver were going. Ooh, who's this? Shannon. Shannon speaks into the large brick cell phone held up to her ear. No, it's fine. I'll figure it out. That's true. Yes, and I appreciate that, but okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Love you. Shannon hangs up the phone and puts it away. Excuse me, ma'am. I saw the light was on and I'm looking for the on-ramp to... Are you here to kick me off the property? Oh, no. I guess you don't belong here either, do you? You work for the power company? The power company? Oh, no. I once worked for an electrician for a few weeks, but I sort of drifted on before I really learned anything. I get it. You're a nomad. Huh. Well, I do drive a lot, just me and the road mostly, when the sun is out. Is that your job? Driving? Here's what it is. I drive deliveries for a shop called Lizette's Antiques, and I'm out trying to finish this job. You're making a delivery to the mine? Oh, no. I have a delivery for 5 Dogwood Drive, and I can't remember ever seeing that address before. Now I heard I need to take a highway called the Zero. So I met this young lady named Weaver Marquez, and she sent me this way, so here I am. Uncommon kind of place for an on-ramp, but that's what it's like. That's what it's been like so far anyway with... What? Zero, is that around here? I've never heard of the damned Zero. That doesn't sound like a real highway, but I know Weaver. I've known her all my life. She's my cousin. I'm Shannon Marquez. Weaver doesn't lie. One time when we were younger, she told me my dad had been in a terrible car wreck. There was crushed metal everywhere, and we'd be hearing it echo through the house for years, she said. I was very upset, crying, and then my dad walked in the door, just come back from a trip to the junkyard collecting scrap metal to fashion into wind chimes. I was angry, but she said it wasn't a joke, and it wasn't a lie. At the time, I thought she meant it as a riddle or a puzzle. But Weaver's not a puzzle. She's a mystery. So maybe the Zero is down here somewhere. Maybe it is. Well, I won't mind the company. I've got business down here myself. I talked to Weaver earlier this evening, too. Or anyway, she talked to me. It's hard to tell if she's listening sometimes. Weaver told me I had to come down here to the old Elkhorn mine. She said I'd find something I've been looking for. Well, we didn't see Weaver. We talked to her. What are you looking for? I'm not exactly sure. I have a few ideas. I'll know it when I see it. It's not such a bad thing you showing up now. All told, I'd rather not go down there alone. Your dog should stay up here, though. It's no place for a dog. This is an old mine. It runs pretty deep and tangled. If we're going to go down into it, find your on-ramp and whatever else, we've got to keep our bearings. I don't want to get turned around. I've got some gear here to measure conductivity, frequency response, stuff like that. Maybe we can find a way to put a signal out ahead, do some analysis, and figure out what kind of topology we're up against. Topology. Okay. Topology. That's the science of continuous space, my friend. The way this twisty maze of passages fits together. Cool. I'm gonna turn my lamp on real quick. Give me 2 seconds. It's starting to get dark, and I don't like being on my computer when it's completely dark. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's head in here. Do I still have my lamp? There's a PA. That runs into the mine's PA system. Do you think it still works? Only one way to find out. All right, give it a whirl. Is anybody down there? Nothing. Oh, there's no power. Yeah, okay. Even when this old mine was up and running, it was tricky to keep stuff powered. You know, the miners used to have to pay just to run the fans and the lights. Yeah, they got paid in these shitty plastic tokens, coal scrip, you know? And if you want to run the fans for a bit to clear the air up, well, you've got to put a token in. My parents used to work here. So did Weaver's parents. I guess a lot of folks' parents worked here. Can we power it up? I bet we just have to free up some power for the PA system. Everything is rationed. Here, set up that lamp of yours and I'll go unplug these ceiling lights. Conway fidgets with the change in his pocket. I heard the speakers back here crackle a bit. It's on now, right? Try saying something into the mouthpiece. Well, okay, I hear you. We need to measure the echo delay time and figure out how deep the tunnels run. Just make some noises into the mouthpiece. We're doing some ASMR, it looks like. Conway clears his throat. Conway hums a deep tone into the mouthpiece. Conway whistles. Oh. Damn, that's a long delay. These tunnels run deep. I bet some of them have ruptured or joined up with the cave system. Alright, I set up my spectrum analyzer, so just say something into the mouthpiece and we can get a sense for how narrow the mine tunnels are. Don't be shy, just say anything that comes into your head. Tell me a story about something. Or what did you have for breakfast today? Here's a story. I used to work doing roof repair. We even fixed up a church roof once. Seemed like a big project, but doable. But then a thunderstorm hit and it was too late anyhow. Got it. Looks like the tunnels are pretty cramped. Yeah, low ceilings. Hope you're ready to stoop a bit. You're probably used to it. One more test. We just need to know if the air is breathable or if it's too thin or too dense. Just sit real close to the mouthpiece and breathe. I'll measure the resonance of your breath with the air in the tunnels. Just try to relax. Try to breathe naturally. Conway breathes and thinks about resting. Conway breathes and remembers a moment when he was younger. Getting some pretty strong readings here. I think we're in good shape, but keep at it for a minute. Conway breathes and visualizes a cold drink. Speaking of drinks. Conway breathes and relaxes as a peal of feedback and loose rocks engulfs him. Did we just get stuck in the mine? Uh-oh. Scene 5. Still in Elkhorn Mine. Jesus, are you alright? What the hell? I'm okay. I've got you. You're alright. Shit, your leg is pinned. I'm going to pull you out. We have to get you out of here. Here you go. Okay. Are you hurt? Can you put any weight on that leg? It's fine. Just try to stand up. Careful. I'm right here. Damn, don't worry. I've got you. That leg is in bad shape. Here, let's get you onto the tram. There you go. Now let's see if this thing has power. Okay, there's some luck, right? We should be able to ride this tram right out of one of the auxiliary exits, if there are any. I think there are. What about Weaver? We'll just find the exit and then figure out what to do from there. That's our first priority. So, the controls are over on your side. Let's get moving. This looks fun. No. Oh, here we are. This may be hard to believe. It's hard for me to believe myself. This whole branch was underwater last I heard. Is it safe? I guess so. Looks like they finally drained it, or maybe just drained off on its own. The water came in pretty fast, and a lot of folks got trapped in the tunnels. Ooh. That's scary. I only heard parts of how it went from there. Sanitized for the bereaved. You know how these big companies are? There was gossip, too. The trapped miners couldn't get the pumps going because the power was rationed, so they shut all the lights off. But even then, it wasn't enough. So I guess it was dark when they... Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Doesn't matter now. Look, this old turntable's still wired up. The controls are dead, but I can use my signal generator to switch tracks if the water hasn't damaged it too much. Or we can just keep heading down this tunnel. All this junk hanging up around the turntables from the company store. Just junk, you know? The miners would buy it and use it to decorate the place, or as landmarks, I guess. Hard to know which way is which down here. It's also dim and gray. Shannon connects 2 clip leads from her signal generator to the turntable's electrical panel. We're on the track between the animal bones and the rowboat, so... Ooh. Keep going, or we can go to one of these places. Pendulum and casket sounds kind of cool. Oh, whoa. Ah, I see. This is the pendulum and the casket. Go this way, see what's down here. Tape player. A dusty reel-to-reel tape player is stashed beneath the track, loaded with tape but starved for power. Can I take it? Guess not. Oh, I didn't know those were still down here. Wait, those? What? Tape player? You've been down here before? Not this deep, but I knew about the tape machines. When this mine was active, a couple of folk music archivists I don't think I know how to say that name. Or that word. Spent time here recording miner songs, really academic, ivory tower types. None of the miners really talked to them much. So they stayed at the margins, observed, took notes, and then sometimes they'd get someone on a lunch break to sing into their microphone. Then I guess the power company got some kind of interest in the project and gave the archivists some coal script tokens to pay the miners with for their songs. What happened to the archivists? They got out. When the flood came, they left. Well, this is the end of the line. Looks like we found a tape player. Switch the track again and see where we can go. Oh, here we are. We're on the track between the pendulum and the casket, so let's try the bat feeder and the scarecrow. Actually, can we go the other way first? Hello? There we go. I forgot there's, this isn't the way we came, this is a different direction.
Surprise!
Hello, thank you for the follow. How are you doing? stage. Doing well, never seen this game before. It looks pretty. It is very pretty. And very atmospheric. The mood fits the art very well, I think. I mean, I'm only, like an hour in this game, but it's pretty A+ so far, if I do say so myself. Damn, it's almost totally intact. I thought it would have been destroyed. What is this place? It's a recording studio, basically, kind of thrown together, but this is where the archivists would record, and I guess then they'd sequester themselves down by that tape deck we found to listen to the recorded songs. Very interesting to find a recording studio in a mine. Kind of bizarre. What do you think the archivists were after? Data, I guess? Comparing intonation, subject matter, diction, all those little details that no one really thinks about when they listen to music. Yeah, academics are great at that stuff. Let's get out of here. Let's go back, switch that track again. Okay. So we just explored the path between the casket and the pendulum. We didn't check out the last half of the track between the animal bones and the rowboat. But first I want to try the bat feeder and the scarecrow. Bat feeder, scarecrow. There it is. Let's go this way first. Dead end. Nothing exciting? Do you hear that? Kind of a muffled rumbling. Maybe we're near water? Could be. There was an underground lake around here years ago. Guess that's why they stopped digging so abruptly here. Cool. I would be absolutely terrified if I was exploring this mine myself. In a rickety old tram in some tunnels that were at one point flooded. Does not sound like my kind of thing. Oh, we need to keep going actually. Never mind. Disconnect. Forgot to go this way. Oh man, I'm sleepy. Probably gonna keep stream a little shorter tonight because I'm just beat. Long day of work. The tracks are all messed up here. This tram isn't going any further. I wonder what's down that tunnel. Let's get out and walk. Let's go. Adventure. Can't go any further. It's fine, I guess. This was kind of not as interesting, kind of a dead end. I'm gonna go back to Animal Bones and the rowboat and then go this half over here. You have favorite games you like to play? Like, would you like to know more about like specific games or like specific genres of games? Because I will say I probably have a favorite game, but it's also probably very difficult to choose because I like a lot of games. Specific games, okay. I think right now my favorite game, and it has been for since the first time I played it, my favorite game is still Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I think I love that game so much, like, especially because I went into it not expecting to like it, but then I don't know what it was about it, but I just like fell in love with it, and I love it so much. I have many hundreds of hours in that game. I did just finish playing a game called Mutazione, which is also kind of like a point-and-click adventure story-based game. I think that pretty easily makes it into like my top 5, because it had a really great art style. The music was like phenomenal, and the story was so engaging, and kind of bordered the, like, I really like books or movies or games that have a lot to do with like surrealism or kind of like psychological like alteration of perception and stuff like that, and that one kind of dealt with that but in a very organic way, so I really love that game too. This game I think is starting to head down that road for me, but I'm still pretty early in it, so I can't really tell yet. But this one is definitely more of like a gothic kind of Americana vibe so far. Yeah. I think, yeah, art and story, like those are like my biggest factors when it comes to liking a game. I think, trying to think what other games I love. Hollow Knight I love a lot too, and that is like definitely a different play style, but it's also like the art is so good in that game, and like the story is a little more subtle, and you kind of have to read between the lines of the dialogue in order to figure out the story. But once you do understand that story, it's also like so amazing. Yeah. What kind of games do you like to play? What is your number one favorite game? Thank God. Okay. Let's go. We already looked down the other tracks, so we're good. Yeah, okay. I just That tunnel where the tracks were broken. I'd like to take a look down there. Yeah, definitely a tough question. Bannerlord 2? I've never heard of that. Let me look that up. I've never heard of Bannerlord. Mountain Blade 2. Bannerlord. Strategy, open world RPG, looks like. Looks interesting. What would you like compare it to? Early access too. Not an art and story game, but yeah. I mean, I definitely like some games that aren't necessarily art and story based, but I think those are like the main games I like the most. I recently started playing Final Fantasy XIV, which is, I guess, it definitely has a story, but it's definitely a lot more open world and RPG, and you kind of just explore and stuff like that. I'm having a really good time with that too. I didn't think I would, because I've never played like an MMO, but I'm also having a good time with that game. What do I say? I mean, they're both saying the same thing, basically, just like who says it. Do whatever you need, I'll just wait for you here. Thanks, I'll be right back. Oh, did I miss my opportunity to click on that? Hello? The notebook at the top of this dusty stack is labeled in black marker. The label is dusty and smudged, but it looks like it might say horses. Houses, maybe? Or verses, even? Crude and hurried handwriting, too. Lizette has immaculate handwriting, pristine and measured cursive, never a stray mark. For the last several months, she filled out the receipts for each order. Since that young couple complained about the handwriting on the order slip. It's carbon paper anyway. It's bound to wear away over time. They're so precise about their records. They should put it on the computer anyway. Can't get up and walk, so I'm just hanging out. Or kind of sad I missed clicking on the birdcage and the other thing, whatever that was. I didn't think I would have to be fast enough. This structure looks like it's about to fall over. Here's our blue. I'm gonna check out this shack real quick. I guess we came out pretty much exactly where we entered, even though we went like the complete opposite direction. The cramped shack is lined with wooden shelves. Dusty stacks of tape reels and notebooks crowd the room, but a bit of moonlight filters through a window near the ceiling. On a small desk in the middle of the room lay 3 notebooks. The red one is labeled J. Marquez, and the green one is labeled R. Marquez, and the blue one is unlabeled. J. Marquez and R. Marquez. So far we only know Shannon and Weaver, so... You okay, Iggy? Do you hear something? Iggy. She ran out of the room. I'm gonna go check on her real quick. Maybe she needs to be let out. Give me 2 seconds. Actually, more than 2 seconds, but you know what I mean. I'll be right back. Okay. She just needed to be let out. Everything's all good. We're back. Okay. Deciding what kind of dog? She is a Boston Terrier. Let me show you. Iggy, come here. Come say hi. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Stop spazzing out. Come here. Oh. Come here, big baby. Little baby Iggy. You got so much energy all the time. She's a cute baby. You okay? You wanna get down? Okay, I know. Okay. She's cute. Sometimes she has a little too much energy for me. She's technically my brother's dog. But since me and my brother are roommates, I also live with her. So, okay. Okay. She is very cute though. I do love her a lot. Let's go red. Conway opens the red notebook. Oh, Shannon's already back. The pages are covered in disorganized notes, some written horizontally and others scribbled vertically into margins. A few pages are lined more evenly and divided up into charts correlating seasons, lyrics, harmonies, and coal halls. More about the music. Conway opens the green notebook. On each page is a delicately rendered charcoal drawing. Most are portraits of rugged faces. Near the middle of the book, there are a few drawings of a young girl in a miner's helmet. She plays along the minecart tracks, collecting pieces of wire. In one drawing, another young girl sits nearby, intently studying a book. Conway opens the blue notebook. The notebook is full of Greek letters and cryptic mathematical formulas. Near the back of the book, what first looks like it might be... Oh yeah, this place. These notebooks are labeled Marquez. Your parents are the archivists? I still don't know how to say that. Archivists? No, Weaver's parents are the archivists. My parents were miners. How's the leg? I can walk on it, but it's painful. Oh, I've got some painkillers here that could help you out. I got them from a friend when I sprained my wrist, installing a security system. You'd better let me drive, though. They're pretty strong. Oh, dang. Yeah, I don't want to drive on strong painkillers. Don't worry, I've been driving since I was 9. That is, that's definitely meant to reassure me, but also, I don't know if I could trust someone who says they were driving at 9 years old. To be quite honest, that's kind of scary. I still need to find the 0. Well, it's like I told you, Weaver doesn't lie. Yeah, definitely a little sketch. If she sent you here to find your on-ramp, this is where you should be looking. Or maybe you just weren't listening closely enough and that's not exactly what she said? I saw Weaver at my workshop. That's up north by Lake Nolan, right at Wax and Peonia, in the back of the bait shop. Pretty glamorous, right? These are the times we live in. She's either up there or back at the farmhouse. Whichever you want to head to first, just let me know. Well, we were there at the farmhouse when she left, but we didn't see her at the bait shop. So I think we should head back to the bait shop first. Can I talk to Blue? Blue, let me pet you. Lizette's Antiques. I guess this is your truck. This is my truck. Blue, this is Shannon. Nice to meet you, Blue. Got some dried banana slices in my bag. Would you like one? Take care of your friend here, and there's more where that came from. I have this like floor-length mirror over in the corner of my room over there, and Iggy's just like staring at herself in it. Aren't you beautiful? You're so beautiful. I hope you know that. Do you even know that's you in the mirror? Can dogs recognize their reflections? I think dolphins can. Dogs can? Iggy, that's you. Now she's just staring at me. Okay, let's get back on the road. Internet says no. Aw, Iggy. Do you think that's another dog? You haven't tried to make friends with yourself in the mirror. Sad. Okay. So we're going back to the bait and tackle shop. Oh, we crossed it out because this actually led us to the Elkhorn Mines, not the Zero on-ramp. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is the track we were on in the mine. So these are the different switches on the tracks. If you go between the casket and the pendulum, you go this way. Feeder, scarecrow this way, and bones and boat this way. And that's the way to get out. Cool. Okay, the shop was over here. I think it was like right here. Yep. Conway and Shannon pull into the bait shop parking lot. Vaulted above the road on a thin steel bar, a handwritten sign says live bait, minnows small and also large for stripers, nightcrawlers, chips, and beer. And a green flyer hangs loosely from a bit of masking tape at eye level. It's the same stuff we've seen before. Shop's right, a dirt parking lot sprawls unevenly into grass and then eventually trees. Oh, the bait shop is now closed. We're going around the side. Conway and Shannon walk around to the side of the building into the workshop. The walls are lined with cheap metal shelves loaded precariously with vacuum tubes, awkwardly shaped metal casings, and coffee cans full of electronic components. Shannon leads Conway to the back of the room, where a few TV sets in various states of disassembly are set up on a rough wooden table. She flips the switch on the power strip they're all plugged into, and the TV sets tremble to life. Conway watches the TV sets. A ghostly white wobble flickers along one screen in a rhythmic pattern. Another is just snow. A third, a small security monitor in the middle of the table, is oscillating between different shades of black. Conway asks Shannon where she saw Weaver. Shannon points to a small security monitor on the table. The image on the screen is just black, but it seems to be fading slowly, almost imperceptibly, between different shades of black. Shannon tweaks a few knobs on the side of the monitor, but the picture doesn't change. Conway stares directly at the security monitor. The screen is a cavernous black. It hums and swells at the pace of the tide. Conway loses track of the workshop's walls. They could be inches away or miles. He is adrift on black water, traveling swiftly toward a rocky shore. There should be a lighthouse or a buoy by these rocks. It's too dangerous. Or, either dreaming or zoning out or doing something again. Last time it was because we stuck our hand in a tank of electrified water. But we're not doing that right now, so I wonder if it's just the intense, hypnotic blackness of the monitor. Shannon switches off the power strip. Weaver is not here. Okay. We can always go back to the farm. The farm is right here. Act 1, Scene 6. Marquez Farmhouse. You're just gonna go up here? Okay. Oh, we're limping now. It's gonna take us forever to get up there. Oh, we've got to lean on each other now. Poor Conway. His leg is real messed up. Is Weaver back? There's nobody buried here, you know. It's decorative, I guess. Or it's art or something, I don't know. A decorative graveyard? Weaver's folks were like that. Not morbid, I mean, but strange. Careless with tragic ideas. How long have you been streaming for? Like today or just over time? Over time. Well, technically, my first stream ever was last September. But I only did one stream and then couldn't do any more streams for like a couple months because I didn't have a good computer, and it was like from my laptop, and my laptop was not built to stream, and so it was very hard on my computer, so I had to wait till I got a PC, like a tower. But once I got that, I got my PC in like late April, May. So once I got that, I started streaming like early to mid-May, I think. Pretty inconsistently though, but I'm trying to be more consistent. I want to turn it into a regular thing, so I'm trying to stick to a schedule, even though I'm still experimenting with different days. But yeah, so officially since May, but technically since last September. Weaver's folks were like that, not morbid, I mean, but strange, careless with tragic ideas. Oh, and look at that headstone, Marquez. I used to think that was for my parents. Now I don't know. Weaver. Are you here? Weaver's still not here. Though this rocking chair is rocking by itself. which is a little spooky. So this is where she was? Yeah, makes sense. This is where Weaver and her parents lived. They took out a bunch of loans, and had this place built. Do you have any debts? It's kind of a weird question to ask someone you just met. I owe some people some apologies. Well, you're lucky that's all you owe. My parents were like that until the company store found a way to get to them. For my dad, it was tokens to run the fans and air purifiers. And for my mom, it was canaries. Ooh. Two solutions to the same problem, but they sure sounded different. Yeah, definitely not a great first date question. I mean, not that they're not really on a date, but also if they were on a date, don't ask your date that. That's a big red flag. Weaver had debt too, a lot of it, all tuition. See, that's my debt. My debt right now, IRL, got those student loans, man. Gonna take me forever to pay off. How'd she pay it off? She didn't. She had no income. None of them did. I think eventually Weaver put those math skills to work on all the red numbers in the family checkbook and got a clear sense of just how hopeless their situation was. So she left. I guess she just drove away in the middle of the night. They woke up in the morning and the car was gone and never came back. What did I go to school for? I have my bachelor's degree in fine art. So I'm an artist. Not like, I feel like when you look at art on like the internet, it's a lot of like illustration type stuff, but the kind of art I do is more like the kinds of abstract things you see in museums and stuff like that. There's a separate degree for like illustration and that kind of stuff. So I did fine art. I do primarily like digital manipulation of photographs. A lot of I like to glitch photographs and collage them digitally and make some cool looking, at least I think they're cool looking, just pieces like that. I also do a little bit of like video, but not film. I don't do like movies, but I make kind of abstract video concept pieces. I feel like they're kind of hard to explain in words. But yeah, I definitely loved going to art school, but it is hard to make money as an artist, which is, I knew that going in. So now I work as my full-time job is in software design, so I'm a designer. Until tonight, someone else told me to come here and talk to her. Huh, okay. I guess we two aren't the only ones she's been talking to. Yeah. I do user experience design, so I design software in a way that is friendly and intuitive for the people who are using it. Oh, that's not something you see every day. That old TV right there, well, That is a damned antique for you. I had a model like that in the shop once, but I had to sell it off to make rent. Most painful decision I ever made. Say, do you mind if I open it up? Looks like the dials are all corroded, and the screen is leaking light. The screen is leaking light a bit. Come on, I bet Lizette would never forgive you for letting a specimen like that fall into disrepair. I did that a long time ago, only for a couple years though. Software design, is that what you're referring to? What do you do now? Okay, yeah, software design. Do a few things, tour guide in Alaska in the summers. Oh, that sounds so cool. I've never been to Alaska, but I had one of my old roommates in college. She went and worked at like a hotel in Alaska during the summer, and she said it was so beautiful. I would love to go during the summer one time, like someday in the future. Have my wine label in Napa, ooh, and rentals in Kansas City. Very cool. Do you, for your rentals, do you send some of your wine over to your rentals in Kansas City? Yeah, Alaska is amazing. Been doing that since 2008. Very cool. So I'm guessing if you're a tour guide, you like hiking and being outside and in the outdoors. Should have just started the label last year. Oh, I'm just releasing wines. Very nice. Oh yeah, these tubes are all messed up. Look like they've been in a swamp or a cave or something. There's moss growing on this one. Ew. Imagine moss growing in your television. And that's okay, I have a few spares in my bag here. Here, I pulled this one out of an old computer monitor. Just needs to be recalibrated a bit. Okay, that should be seeing something now. Are you seeing anything? A little bit to the left. Damn, okay. Here, I think the contacts are dirty. Now don't go telling my customers I clean off old vacuum tubes with spit. Ooh. There, just gotta turn it north-south and... Whoa! There it is! The 0! We found it! Ooh. That's wild. What kind of trickery is this? Have we progressed to Act 2? End of Act 1. We did it. I don't know how many acts are in this game, but look at us. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's like crossed out or something. Let's see. This is technically a good stopping point, but also I haven't been streaming that long, but also I'm a little tired. Maybe I'll keep going for like maybe half an hour more. I'll keep going. just a little bit longer. And then I'll call it for the night because I am very tired today. Limits and demonstrations. Oh, this is different. Thought we'd pick up right where we left off, but this look like we have different characters. Wall text. Limits and demonstrations. Alula Chamberlain retrospective. Oh, looks like we're at like a art gallery. That's my kind of deal. Marking the first major public showcase of her work in over 20 years, this retrospective exhibition of work by pioneering installation artist Alula Chamberlain comprises a diagonal slice through time, place, and form. The pieces on display here were individually debuted over a period of 35 years, designed in Chamberlain's various homes and studios between her beloved Mexico City and her native Elizabethtown. They represent a range of scale and impact, from the intimate warmth of Vertex texture fetch to the infamous visage, the latter of which requires a vertical clearance of over 30 feet. Yet these works share a confounding legacy. In each of their debut exhibitions, they were nearly impossible to install. Galleries and museums balked at the scale, power requirements, and highly skilled labor involved in maintaining these works for display. Some of their debuts collapsed under the weight of logistics, only to be successfully executed much later. And so, just as they describe the outer limits of Chamberlain's range as an installation artist, the geographical edges and vertices of her itinerant home life, and the beginning and end of her distinguished career, the works on display here also trace the extremes of our capabilities and the frontiers of our patience as both viewers and exhibitors. Are we capable of viewing these works as they were meant to be viewed? Do we even want to be? That definitely sounds like some kind of caption or plaque you would read at an art exhibit. Lots of abstract language. Concepts. I used to have to write a lot of these kinds of things about my own work, but I don't love it because I want my work, my artwork to, speak for itself. I don't want to tell people what things are supposed to mean or what my shows are supposed to display. Something to be experienced. But that's how art in academia and also in art business, if you sell your work, you gotta do that kind of stuff, and it's not fun. So you have shows or post yourself somewhere. I haven't done a show in a while, but I have been in some shows, and I've had some stuff in publications and stuff like that. I do occasionally post things on my Instagram, but I don't really... Social media is kind of weird to me, so I have to be in the right energy to post stuff, and I don't post very often. So, but I do have some things posted. I'm happy to share a link to my Instagram if you would like to see some stuff. Okay, we already looked at this. Let's move on. I don't like that sound. Basement puzzle number 2, artist, sunset, and horse. 1976, plaster and wire. What do you think she means by puzzle? Yeah, weird. I guess it's something you can solve. Okay, so Emily and Bob, and I'm guessing the other person, I can't remember their other name, but we saw them in the basement of the gas station where we had to go turn on the power, and when we retrieved their 20-sided die, they like mysteriously disappeared. But I think these are the same people. Because what other Emily and Bob would be together talking in this game? I mean, there's a lot of Emilys and Bobs out there, but in context of this game, I feel like they have to be the same people. Yeah, weird. I guess it's something you can solve. They must be symbols. Artist, sunset, horse, or it's an anagram? Or like a code? Maybe it's not a puzzle, but it's just about a puzzle. Maybe it's a puzzle, but there's no right answer. That's kind of sad. Ooh, what's this? Overdubbed Namjoon Paik installation. I am a fan of Namjoon Paik. In the style of Edward Packer, 1965, 1973, 1980. Magnetic tape, handheld tape playdeck head, speaker system, voice of the artist, computer synthesized speech. Oh, I read about this one. It's interactive. How does it work? It's a bunch of old tape, and you run this tape playback head along it and just listen to the recordings, I guess? Let's try it out. I think you start in the middle. As Bob drags the playback head along the tape, a woman's voice issues unsteadily from the speakers. We start in the middle. Donald and Joseph are in the hallway. I am in an office. The walls are lined with filing cabinets. A few drawers hang open. The door is ajar. A massive computer looms in the corner. There's some punched cards on the floor. A synthetic voice recording spliced awkwardly into the tape lists out options in monotone. To examine cards, rotate 30 degrees and advance 7 inches. To leave room, rotate 17 degrees and advance 4 inches. To activate computer, rotate 200 degrees and advance 1500s. Or 1500s. Advance 15 inches. Examine cards. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. Encoded in the holes punched through these cards is a first draft of the poetic subsystem. I can't read punched cards by sight. Donald can, I think. Anyway, this version is pretty underwhelming. To leave room, rotate 17 degrees and advance 4 inches. To activate computer, rotate 200 degrees and advance 15 inches. Activate computer. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. So loud. I love it. I am now holding 2 punched cards. On one of them, Joseph has scribbled a note, Caves. The other is blank. To insert Caves card, rotate 11 degrees and advance 2 inches. To insert blank card, rotate 95 degrees and advance 14 inches. They're both very mysterious. Caves card. We're on a dirt trail in the park. Or, well, it's not really a trail. It's a trail. It's more like a tendency. There tend to be fewer plants here on the path we've been walking. Walking sounds. Now, we're walking at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to mossy rock as the ground sinks into darkness. Joseph and Donald are following a rope down into the cave. They have computer equipment tied to their backs. So do I. To enter the cave, rotate 65 degrees left and advance 4 inches. That's the only choice? Yeah, that's the end of that one. So 65 degrees, 4 inches. That's the last trip. So everything's down here now. The final resting place. Don't be so morbid. Is this the Joseph we saw at the gas station? He was poetic, I remember. To remember a fond gesture, rotate 180 degrees and advance 23 inches. To regret a harsh word, rotate 12 degrees and advance 6 inches. Remember. It's morning now. I'm in the car. I'm driving to work. This is the last recording I'll make on this tape, and then I'll drop it in the mail tomorrow, and then who knows. I've been recording onto this tape for 15 years, I think. A lot of other things have happened, so here's a story. When I met Donald and Joseph, they were both students and I was in a band performing on campus. They came to my show and then we met at some bar and had a few drinks together. Joseph wanted to impress me, so he stole a metal cocktail tumbler and gave it to me. We got kicked out, wandered drunkenly until morning, and finally ended up at a diner. And now I use the tumbler to store extra pens on my desk. So, I'm almost out of tape. I guess I'll just let it run out while I drive. No instructions? Nope, that's the end of this tape strip. I don't think we ever reached this long one at the top here. Is it cheating to skip over there? Maybe we missed something. Can we skip back a bit? Okay, sure. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. Okay, we saw this already. Let's regret a harsh word. It's late morning now. I'm sitting at my desk on my lunch break. This is the last recording I'll make on this tape, and then I'll drop it in the mail tomorrow, and who knows. I've been recording onto this tape for 15 years, I think. A lot of other things happened, so here is a story. The first time I moved to Mexico, I stayed there for 3 years, and I had no contact with either Joseph or Donald in that whole time. They each thought I'd done it to spite them. Maybe I had, in part, but I don't think they ever appreciated the community I had in Mexico, or... Anyway, when I came back, I didn't call them or visit the university. I ran into Donald completely by chance at a hardware store. He asked me why I hadn't called, and I told him it hadn't occurred to me. So, I'm almost out of tape. I guess I'll just let it out. I'll just let it run out while I eat. No instructions again. I guess we should stop then. Do you feel done? I don't. Is there anything else we can do here? No, that's the end of this tape strip. I don't think we ever reached this long one at the top here. Is it cheating to skip over there? I won't tell a soul. Bob moves the... Ben, that was the other person. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. Think of our work, our research. You'll die in these damn cold caves, and what about those men? You know they'll come back. We'll go deeper, that's all. They'll never find us. Did you hear their voices? They're not. They'll find you, but not me. I'm going back to the surface. Stop. Your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damned cave. Joseph is right. We can't stay here. I'm leaving too, but I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon and I'm heading down the zero. You'll be lost forever. But we need your voice for the machine. Lula, it only recognizes your voice. I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail and then you can see what your damned machine does with it. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay, first, before I look at this one. So that last one was kind of cool because it was like an interactive art piece. It almost felt like a choose your own adventure, almost like a game, which is really interesting because something I'm kind of wanting to explore in like my own abstract artwork is like making interactive art pieces like through the medium of like a computer game, but not have it be like a traditional game, so to speak. Like, I don't think what I would make would be like, it wouldn't have like a plot, it wouldn't really like be anything but like allowing someone to experience just something I make in a virtual reality, I guess. Yeah. Solar 2 is kind of an interactive art thing, but in space. I do like a good... I do love space. I'll have to look that up. I'm very interested in stuff like that. I'm gonna Google it so I have it on my radar. Open world sandbox game. That sounds cool. Yeah, I'll definitely look that up. The pictures look really cool. Kind of abstract looking. Thanks for the recommendation. I'm definitely gonna check that out. Haven't played it in a while, but I remembered enjoying it. Yeah. I'm always down for a good game recommendation, so I'll definitely look that up. Visage, 1984, Unknown Media. Yeah, I don't really know what to call this either. What is that made of? It's a mystery. Looks like ribbon? Bandages? Oh, have you seen The Invisible Man? It's slice of visage to build a visage, a puzzle to its owner. What? It's a poem I read. I think it was written by a computer. I think it's lovely. I like when computers generate, like, stuff like that. I think it can sometimes be a little creepy because it's like the computer can process abstract concepts like that, while like in reality it technically doesn't process things like that. But at the same time, there's something about how it puts random words and stuff together that can still be really like beautiful and artistic in a way, but completely on accident. This is really cool looking though. I think that looks kind of like a phone booth, maybe? I'm not sure. Maybe a vending machine? Oh, it's a little TV like we just saw. Vertex texture fetch, tree, television, and suspended cathode ray tube. 1968, found materials. Nice plant. It is a pretty nice plant. Yeah, but Is that it? I guess so. This sound makes me a little anxious. I do not like this sound. Spinning coin, suspended, correcting for angular motion. 1976, found materials. It feels so strangely alive. Yeah, like it's about to fall over. I mean, the whole thing's about to fall over? Yeah, kind of anxious, right? Just like I said. I feel like we startled it, and now there's this uncomfortable pause. I feel really drawn to it, but it just makes me nervous. I get you, Bob. I definitely have that feeling. I think we looked at everything. If we go back over here, yeah, we're back at that horse and artist and sunset one. So I think we're good to exit. If I can see the exit. There it is. Oh, did I misclick? Yeah, I guess I'm ready to go. Yeah, I need to get to work anyway. Oh, wow. That was a very fast act. We'll start this one. Maybe get through, if there's scenes in it, we'll get through the scene. Then we'll end. Attention, Lula Chamberlain, regarding your application. Thank you for your application to the Gaston. I say Gaston because it's like Beauty and the Beast, but maybe it's Gaston, I don't know. For Imagined Architecture's annual fellowship, we received a record number of applications this year, over 100 in total, and regrettably we can award only one fellowship position per year. As you know, our review process includes multi-phase blind committee analysis of portfolio submissions, as well as a careful review by a panel of subject matter experts in each applicant's notability and relevance in the field. We must be extremely selective in our process so as to maintain the standards we have established over our 35 years in operation. Our panel did not select your application. We encourage you to consider reapplying next year. Many young artists and architects reapply for a few successive years before being accepted. Sincerely, Dr. Carl Stone Norden, Architect, Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture. What is Imagined Architecture? That sounds really interesting. Below the printed text is a hastily handwritten note. Sorry for the condescending form letter. Love your work. Unfortunately, I just do the mail here. Your not sure what these abbreviations mean, but it's from someone who does mail, and their name is Robert. Lula folds the letter up and puts it in her handbag. Lula opens a folder on her desk labeled Proposals. Lula sorts through documents all printed on a fading letterhead reading Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Proposal 1. Site, hospital. Proposed use, auto dealership. Proposal 2. Site, distillery. Proposed use, graveyard. Proposal 3. Site, basketball court. Proposed use, kennel. do 3. Basketball court abandoned due to hazardous increase in stray dog population. Already full of dogs. That's it? I feel like if you were to submit a proposal for repurposing or reclaiming a space, you would need more than like 2 short sentences. But I'll endorse it. I'm all for helping out some stray dogs. We already looked at these. Hospital. Hospital closed due to repeated sanitation violations. Ooh. Auto dealership sanitation requirements comparatively lax. Small operating rooms could be repurposed into offices. Large cubicle-style administrative offices could be repurposed into showrooms. I mean, yeah, I guess auto dealership sanitation is comparatively lax, but like, I don't know. Also feels kind of weird to turn a hospital into a dealership. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with it. Oh, do we not get to look at the distillery graveyard one? Rick clears his throat. Busy. Buried. Yikes. Hey, Lula. Did you get my note? Oh, this sounds like it's gonna get a little awkward. About the proposals, I've just finished them. Oh, great, okay. I'll tell Diane. I think she was waiting on... I don't know. So, how did your application go? I was in the mailroom and I saw you got a letter back. Oh, is this the guy who wrote that note on our letter? Sorry, I don't mean to pry, I just saw. It's fine, Rick. I'm not going anywhere. How's your goldfish? Poor Lula. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Oh, look. I'm back with Shannon and Conway. End of the line. Seems that way. Not for us, I hope. Let's talk to Blue. Get a good rest in the truck. Yeah, I know you love a drive. Wind in your ears? Yeah, I saw you back there, Blue. Blue is so cute. I love Blue. Maybe someone here can point us in the right direction. Yeah, looks like they're still open. Must be the night shift. What do you think they do here? Looks like an office building. Yeah, an office building in a cathedral. This is weird, but do you think we're inside or outside right now? Both. Huh, okay. Very poetic. Well, maybe someone around here has a better sense of direction. What's this? Someone going fishing? Do Do your responses seem to affect the outcome of this game, or do you know yet? I can't tell, honestly. Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like most games like this that I come across, they don't really affect the outcome of your game, but I feel like this game really has potential for that. So I think it'd be really cool if it did. Once I finish at least this first playthrough of it, I'd love to look up a little more about it and see if there are other outcomes and endings I can get, or if I can change the plot in any way based on what I say. But I don't feel like I've really made any critical decisions. I've kind of just made decisions of what to say, but those things that I've said haven't really affected, they don't seem to really affect where I've gone in the game. But I don't know. I also don't know, so I don't know what I don't know. Oh. Hello? Oh, hi. Well, here you are. Better late than never, I guess. Just unload the whiskey over there by the elevator. I'll figure something out. Want to settle a bet? No. We're actually a bit lost, ma'am. You're lost. So you're not the... Sorry, honest mistake. We're supposed to have a little celebration here at the office, but the whiskey never showed up. Saw your truck and thought... But you don't really look like one of the boys from the distillery anyway. Is it the one that was going to be repurposed into a graveyard? What are you celebrating? Oh, the less I understand, the better. When I'm here, I keep the fans turning and the furnace hot and listen for the bell. When I get home, I'm a different person. I don't have to think about it. I just paint. Well, it's clear you're new to this territory. I expect you just mean to be passing through. We're looking for Dogwood Drive. Do you know where that is? Dogwood? Nope. You're going to need to talk to someone upstairs about that, one of the map clerks. But first we've got to get you in the system, so you'll need an appointment with one of the ingestion clerks. Now, let's see. Rick is booked proofreading drafts all afternoon, and Wanda's out on a site. Let me go make some calls and see if we have anyone free. There's some books over there in the waiting area, or just take a look around. Have you seen our grotesques? I look so hunched over and tired. I guess my leg is pretty beat up. The television is playing what looks like a nature documentary. A hermit crab scuttles across a beach. Its shell is an awkward shape and must have once belonged to a different crab. I thought these were windows, but they're definitely TVs. The television is playing a cartoon about a bird. The cartoon bird collects pieces for its nest. A scarf, a plastic shopping bag, a bit of a young girl's hair. The nest is warm but precariously fragile. Oh good, I thought you'd left. People can be so impatient, you never know. Well, I have you meeting with Lula Chamberlain. She's a senior clerk and doesn't usually handle the ingestion process, but she's the only one with room on her plate this evening. My schedule says she's on the 5th floor reviewing some diagrams. The elevator is just back to the left there, 5th floor. Where is it? This way? Books. What are these books? 3 books are piled on the table. A service manual for a sewage pump, some architectural plans for a bungalow, and a slim collection of Japanese death haiku. An envelope is protruding from the bottom of the stack. The envelope reads, Bureau of Secret Tourism. It contains several small handwritten brochures with ritualistic directions to bizarre locations. I'm starting to get some, like, Night Vale vibes from this now. Like, Department of Secret Tourism and Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces and things kind of disappearing and reappearing for seemingly no reason. Very Night Vale-ish. Going up to the 5th floor, but isn't that Lula right there? She's on the 5th floor, right? Conway scans a column of elevator buttons. 5th floor, diagrams and drafts. 4th floor, archives and records. 3rd floor, bears. 2nd floor, conference room. 1st floor, clerk's offices. Lobby. I want to see, I kind of want to know what's on the 3rd floor with the bears, but I don't know. Maybe I can go check out the bears later. Okay, well, Lula, we definitely saw Lula down there and we're now here, so I think we're in the wrong place. Broken record. There we go. Greg is hard at work examining some diagrams, measuring angles with a plastic protractor, and occasionally scribbling numbers in a small leather notebook. Can I help you? Don't answer that. Are you Lula Chamberlain? No. You just missed her, actually. She was up here about an hour ago. She's probably back at her real desk now on the 1st floor. She barely made a dent in these diagrams. Must have been distracted. Speaking of which, it's back to work. I fixed your record player for you. I don't know how you managed to focus on the diagrams with that broken record. Okay, her office is down on the 1st floor. Let's just go down the list. And we'll hit the bears. Going to 4th floor, archives and records. Looks pretty empty. Just a lot of boxes. Nothing really to look at. There's definitely some bears down there. Are they friendly bears? Gonna go see the bears. Oh. They seem friendly enough, but the way their heads are just following us is kind of creepy. Can I pet a bear? Is that an organ? Cool. Bears seem nice. I like the bears. Second floor, conference room. Can I join your meeting? Some very important business things I can add to your conference. Because I definitely know what you guys are talking about. Oh yeah, it is an organ. There's a man barbecuing? Gonna play a song for us? Very nice. Thank you for the ambiance. Oh, we got an achievement for that. Cute. Oh, look. A parade of disconnected images, obscure corners of nameless interiors, astronomical diagrams projecting the distances between celestial bodies, a painting by Giorgio de Chirico, a list of unpopular anagrams. Cool. Sounds like a productive meeting. Got any memes you can add in there? What's a PowerPoint presentation without a good meme? Okay, we're finally going to the first floor. Hello? Are you lost? We're looking for Lula Chamberlain? Oh, no, she's much too busy. Let's get some of our junior clerks to sort your paperwork first so we don't waste any of Miss Chamberlain's time. It's a pretty straightforward process. First, you'll need to get a case number assigned. Talk to Clerk Metzstein about that. She's just over there at the end of the room. Happy to help. Okay, but like, what if I just talk to Lula? Can't just talk to Lula. Bureaucracy. Hi, how are you? Fine, thanks. I just need your ingestion card and a list of your last 5 permanent addresses. Let's just skip it. Which one of you is Lula Chamberlain? Oh sure, that's her in the cardigan. Nice. Having fun in the paperclip labyrinth? Well, you made it eventually. You look exhausted. I'd offer you my seat, but my ankles are turning on me. The receptionist said you could point us in the right direction. This concrete bunker of an office is just a waypoint for you, I am sure. Where is it you're trying to go? We're looking for 5 Dogwood Drive. Dogwood Drive. That's funny. Do you know I used to live on a Dogwood Drive? This was years ago. Grimy old house, basement full of insects, attic full of birds. I had a few roommates. We all worked at the university. I had a dog. I drank whiskey and beer and made sculptures. But that Dogwood was a surface road. With a name like that, it would have to be. What are you doing on the Zero? The gas station attendant told us we need to take the Zero to get there. Gas station attendant? I see. Friendly blind man, about my age, hangs out with an old cat, likes to pretend he's a poet. His name is Joseph. Do you know him? Joseph and I used to work together, and we lived together. We were friends. Friends? But that was a long time ago. We haven't spoken in years. Do you know why he's pointed you this way? It's because he's still in love with me, of course, and now he's implicated you quite inconsiderately. And in your condition, it's appalling. So, I'm very sorry for wasting your time, but I'm afraid you've been misled. Excuse me. But where's the Dogwood Drive you lived on? Maybe it's the same one? No, it's not possible. The Dogwood Drive I lived on is now called Pale Dogwood Drive. They've renamed all the streets you see. Too many streets with the same names. It was never a problem before, but now we have these databases, and it's all too confusing for the computer. The computer has no sense of ambiguity, so it proclaims an error. Name collisions, they call them. So my Dogwood Drive is Pale Dogwood Drive, and another might be a large-leafed Dogwood Drive, or Himalayan flowering Dogwood Drive, and so on. But one of them is still just Dogwood Drive, or so we might hope. It's really a matter of consulting records, of which we have an abundance here. Where's the computer? Computer? Oh, that's all handled off-site. We write up a formal request for analysis, provide the necessary data, and then send the whole thing out by courier. So, first you'll need the data. I expect you'll find the row name change log up in Archives and Records, 4th floor. It'll be filed under 0 or O for autonyms, probably, or G for generic, or maybe S for specific, depending on which part of the street name was changed. Well, that's just a lot of time and effort. Archives and Records, so 4th floor. Damn, this place is a mess. Okay. Take a look through that logbook, I guess. Maybe there's some kind of system to all these boxes. I'll just start digging. The small logbook has a smart leather cover. A few notes are scribbled on the inside covers. Most pages are just lists of titles, names, and dates. Inside front cover, page 1, page 14, inside back cover. Guess I'll look on the covers. Note in logbook. Document staff, please do not transfer any more records from the storage unit until we get the new file cabinets in. We're up to F, and that will have to do for now. Instruct clerks to focus on activities beginning with the letters A, B, C, D, E, or F, or activities most likely to involve research on the subjects beginning with those letters. For example, cars is okay because it involves automotive, driving, brakes, etc., but air quality is not okay because it relates to health, safety, pollution, etc. Cool. Inside back cover, failing antique shops folder missing. Listed checked in on page 63 but not present. Check-in, failing antique shops, Monday 3 p.m., signee Ed Bohm. Several documents relating to sporting competition venues were quickly checked out and back in over a period of a few days. Basketball courts, baseball fields, alleys, and parking lots. A single set of documents relating to coal mining operations was checked out and back in by several different people within a few hours. Nothing? Me neither. Half these boxes aren't even labeled, and the rest are all from the first few letters of the alphabet. I couldn't find anything with an O or a G or an S. Yeah, that's because they only go to F right now. Maybe that clerk knows somewhere else we can look. I am staying up later than planned. I didn't think this part would take that long, but I don't want to just like end like part way through this part. I either want to like get to the end of one of the acts or get to like the next scene in the act. So I'm just trying to get to like that stopping point, you know. But definitely when we get there, I will be ending. Thank you. I appreciate it. Plus, this is also interesting, so I don't feel like I'm dragging my feet either. It's keeping me engaged. Even if I am trying to just navigate a bureaucracy right now. Office on the first floor. We're going to talk to that clerk we just talked to. I like how when we pass by the third floor, the bears start to look over. And then they just look back. You talk to Lula or the clerk? Lula. Nothing? That's unfortunate. Well, they must still be in transit. You see, we've only moved into this new venue somewhat recently, and it's all a bit in progress. This was a cathedral not so long ago. Can you believe it? Then the Bureau reclaimed it. The old congregation has been directed to one of our storage facilities for their activity. It's kind of... Well, why did you have to take their cathedral away from them? That's where you'll find the street name records, I expect, at the church. Marianne at reception can give you directions. Just come back here when you have the files and we'll begin the necessary paperwork to have that information analyzed. Oh, and while you're out on the road, you might want to stop and see Dr. Truman about your leg. He's a specialist regarding ailments of the joints and limbs, and I know he works at night. His home office is in a small neighborhood on the east edge of Bowling Green. Here's his card. Do stop and see him. That leg is a miserable sight. Take care of each other. Okay? So we're going to go to two places. 1, the doctor, 2, the storage facility that is now used as a church. What's this? This crab is wearing an empty inkjet cartridge as a shell. That sounds very ingenious, creative. This crab is wearing a dense chain of paper clips as a shell. Is this crab fashion now? Get what you need. Lula said you can direct us to the church. Oh, sure, the old storage lot. Just get back on the 0 and drive until you hit the crystal, then turn around. It'll make sense when once you get on the road. You can handle it. Okie dokie. I sure do hope it makes sense. 'Cause right now it doesn't. This crab is wearing a manila folder as a shell. How fashionable. Get back in the truck. Okay. Oh, what is this? Where was the way to the doctor? Bureau of Secret Tourism, esoteric excursions for the intrepid and curious. All directions start from the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Oh, okay. Do you think this is like a real phone number? Call it? Should I? I'm kind of nervous, but I'll try. Yep, for the content. All for the content. (270-301-5797). It's a real number because I'm getting like call music. It is a Kentucky area code. No, it's a phone tree, so it gave me an introduction saying it was like you just called the guide for like esoteric excursions or something like that, and then it's having me like if you want more information, press 1. If you want more like other options, press 3. It just said if you don't remember dialing this number at all, press 5. This is weird. But it did say like the Department of Secret Tourism. Yeah. I'm gonna press 5, see where it takes me. Can I put it on speakerphone?
Or there's a faulty connection somewhere out there in that spider web lattice of phone cords that covers all of creation. It must be kind of a nice feeling, really. It's like you and I just bumped into each other in the street or a little cafe. Say, next time you meet a stranger, call us back at extension 7864 and hand them the phone. We'd love to get to know them.
7864.
Welcome home. For historical sites along the Echo River, press 1. For a guide to the river's flora and fauna, press 2.
This is a different phone tree.
For help identifying an unfamiliar sound, press 3. If you're holding a snake right now, press 4. To hear these options again, press 0.
Well, this was a different phone tree. The previous one had an option for if you have an extension.
For historical sites along the Echo River,
I don't think it'll work this
press
time
1.
if I try that extension.
For a guide to the river's flora and fauna, press 2. For help identifying an unfamiliar sound, press 3. If you're holding a snake right now, press 4. To hear these options again, press 0.
3.
For a catalog of subterranean birdsong, press 1. For help identifying something that's happening in the dark, press 2. If you are hearing organ music, press 3.
Oh, we heard some organ music earlier.
To return to the main menu, press 5. To hear these options again, press 0.
I heard some organ music. I want to go do that
Lucky
one.
you. Does it sound like this?
This is what we heard earlier, right? I think so. It sounds really bad coming from my speakerphone. Ooh. Turn it down a little bit. I turned the game audio down because it might be a little overwhelming with this. I wonder if it'll give me an option or something to do with the organ music after we listen to it all. That organ song we listened to earlier did take a few minutes to get through, so I wonder if there's something else at the end. This is so weird. But also really cool. it like makes it feel a lot more real, like bringing the surreal out of the game and into like reality. Yeah, I've never seen something like this before. Oh, we're still going. I wonder if you're like, what if you're playing this game, like if you live in Britain or something and you're playing this game, like you'd have to like have some kind of international phone plan.
Press 1 if that's the music you're hearing. Otherwise, press 2.
Well, we're not hearing that music right now, but we did hear it.
Lucky you.
So I'm gonna press
Sound
1.
like this.
Too late. Too late. Oh no. Can I interrupt it? No. I can't interrupt it. Oh no. What have we done? Okay, well, we can sit and chat for a bit while we wait for this to play out again. You're curious to see what happens after the song plays and we press 1? Yeah, same. Man, now I don't want to go to bed. I just want to keep playing and exploring this phone tree. Calling sick. I mean, I could. But also, I've gone to bed later than this and still gone into work as normal. So, it's not too late yet, but yeah. I'll just call my boss, say, "Hey, you know what? Last night I just really had to explore this phone tree. It was so important to me, more important than all the projects I'm doing at work right now. And I'm so sorry, but I just can't come into work today. This phone tree is my life now." Honestly, like, I would consider taking like a PTO day off tomorrow, because this game has suddenly just like ramped up that much that I kind of want to play it all night. But I did recently take a full week off and go on vacation, so I'm still catching up on work. So I don't think I can afford that. Yeah. Okay. 1. We did it.
In that case, I don't know where it's coming from. It's nice though, isn't it?
It was
Let's
nice.
listen to it again.
Oh! Oh no! Oh man. They really did that to us. I don't know. I'm starting to. Yeah. Well, I hung up. Let's try again. Try that extension. What was it again? I know you put it in chat, but do you remember? 7864. Okay, cool.
Down into here and there along the Echo, a guide to the Echo River for drifters and pilgrims. This guide is a public service provided by the Bureau of Secret Tourism.
Okay.
For a menu of our resources, press 1. If you have an extension to dial, press 9.
9.
For more, now is the time to dial an extension.
7864.
Hello, stranger. What's the first thing you remember? When you're finished remembering, press the 0 button.
Am I supposed to talk into this? What's the first thing I remember? I don't remember being born. I remember being 3 years old and holding my baby brother for the first time after he was born. I'll go with that. Do I have to, do I just hang up? Hit 0?
Welcome home.
You're right.
For historical sites along the Echo River, press 1. For a guide to the river's flora and fauna,
So this is,
press 2.
it took us directly to the second
For
tree
help
again.
identifying an unfamiliar sound, press 3. If you're holding a snake right now, press 4. To hear these options again, press 0.
Yeah, that'd be like... I'm gonna hang up now. I want to explore that all the way, but maybe not right now. I wonder if they do. That's kind of cool, but also creepy. But I think it'd be really cool to like see like listen to everybody's answers if they do keep them. Weird. Okay. That was really cool. I want to go back to that at another point in time. Okay. Let me just get to this last place and then I'll probably call it a night because I've stayed up a little later. Find the crystal and then turn around. So I'm just gonna go this way. This is very... The jaws, okay. It's not the crystal. Bat wings. So as soon as I see the crystal, I'll just go that way, I guess. Lightning bolt. I'm like going in a big circle, but I'm not passing the same things. Sandwich. I love a good sandwich. Yeah, it looked like a brick, or yeah, like a cedar block or something. Or not cedar block, cinder block. This isn't, it looks kind of like a crystal. but I don't think it's the crystal they're talking about. Yeah. Hungry for a midnight sandwich. Cathode ray. Where's this crystal? The bottle? TV? The cenote? I'm not sure what that is. Pipe organ. Where's the crystal? There it is. Okay. Self-storage. I did it. Okay. Perfect. Got through the scene. Good stopping point. I'll pick it up. Yeah, bedtime. I'm tired. I gotta go to bed. I had a really good time though. I don't regret staying up later than I thought I would. So that's I'm fine with that. Okay. I will end it here. Playing again tomorrow. So let's see. The schedule I wanted to stay on is Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. So yeah, I will try to be on tomorrow. I don't really have set times yet, but so far I seem to be starting somewhere around 7 p.m. Central Time, US Central. So if you want to drop by sometime around there, I would love to see you and chat with you again. I really appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. I don't, tell me what you want to be called, but I guess I could just call you Chuck from your username, unless you have anything else you prefer to be called. I'm happy to call you whatever you prefer. Jeremy. Nice to meet you, Jeremy. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Yeah, I will try to be live tomorrow to play some more of this game. I'm having a really good time. So yeah, I'm not gonna raid. I haven't raided anyone yet. Because I am a little nervous too. I need to gather the courage to raid. So I'm not gonna raid tonight, but maybe sometime in the future I will. So I'll just leave you here. Anyone else who is lurking, I always appreciate lurkers too. So yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me, and have a good night. Bye. Good night.